So the spooky season is finally upon us, and it is starting to descend into our video games. Nowadays, when you think of Halloween and video games, usually there's some kind of music upgrade or downloadable skin. But back in the day, a lot of games had dedicated Halloween levels, and that's what I want to talk about today. So today, let's talk about some of the coolest Halloween video games. So we're going to start off with something small. Earlier in the week, I actually did a full playthrough of this level, but back in the day on the Dreamcast, they actually did have DLC, and one of the first actual console DLCs ever was the Sonic Adventure 1 Twinkle Park Halloween DLC. Now, if you watch that full playthrough, or even some of the gameplay right now, you can see there isn't too much to it, but it's still huge, vastly important. I mean, you know, it's very simple. Some jack-o'-lanterns floating around, they say trick-or-treat when you bump into them, and basically some signs here and there. They didn't even really change the music, but still, this was a landmark thing. Nothing like this had really been seen on console before. Plus, I'm a huge Sonic Adventure fan, so that's totally why I'm throwing it on here. Now this next one's more of an Easter egg than an actual level itself. If you're playing Nights into Dreams on the Wii or on Steam, and you're playing it in October, or at least with your internal clock set to October, well, you'll get a level where when you play as Clarice, she's dressed up as a witch. It's kind of a cool, weird little thing, a neat little secret that they added in. Now, another cool part about this is when you turn into Knights, you actually are different as well. Knights, rather than just being purple and black like normal, is kind of white and gray, more of a ghost floating around. It's a very minor thing, but it's a cool little secret, and they actually added one more layer to this. Even though it's Clarice's stage, if you go there on exactly October 31st, and you're playing as you're playing Clarice, of course, but Elliot will be a playable character instead, even though it's her level, and he'll be dressed up like a Dracula. I thought that was just kind of crazy. A neat little nod, a cool little hidden thing, and definitely worth your time checking out. So if Sonic Adventure 1 dipped our toes into the Halloween pool, Sonic Adventure 2 dunked us into the deep end. When that is with Pumpkin Hill. Now, Pumpkin Hill is a Knuckles level, which if you played Sonic Adventure 2, Knuckles levels are basically collect the emeralds, kind of follow the clues and track them down. Not the funnest levels to me personally, but I will say that this level is a standout. First off, obviously there's a Halloween aesthetic. There's ghosts everywhere, the main enemies, ghost trains going around, huge pumpkins everywhere. I mean, hell, it's called Pumpkin Hill. But the music is outstanding. Oh my god, I cannot get enough of this song. This song is my jams. Other weird kind of cool things about this level, though, are the secrets. This is the only level in the game where you can get the animal for the Chow Garden, the skeleton dog. The skeleton dog is probably my favorite animal in the game because you use it to get rid of parts off of other Chow, like when you get the weird unibrow from the gorilla. You can use this to get rid of them, but also it changes the floating ball on their head into a fireball, which I always really enjoyed. But Pumpkin Hill, definitely a standout, one of the best Halloween levels to memory. Of course, I know I'd get a lot of flack if I did not include Kingdom Hearts. Of course, Halloween Town is a very prevalent Halloween level that people love to play around this time of year. Of course, it's based off of Nightmare Before Christmas, but one of the things that really stands out about this level is it's one of the few levels where Sora actually gets a full outfit. Now, I always thought it was quite funny because you got stores like Hot Topic that kind of base their whole marketing scheme around Nightmare Before Christmas. And then when this happened, it's like, oh my god, we can combine some video games and some other stuff, and then boom, money. And that is definitely what this level screams. The level itself is semi-enjoyable. I only say semi-enjoyable because the Oogie Boogie boss is one of the worst things I think I've ever had to do in that game. Maybe that's just personally, but Halloween Town is definitely a cool level and a very neat aesthetic change for Kingdom Hearts. Here's a game that I'm extremely confident that none of you have played, and that is Freeze Me. Freeze Me is like a love letter collectathon platformer. Think like Banjo-Kazooie or Yooka-Laylee or Donkey Kong 64. Basically, this was an indie game. I don't know who made it. I don't even know how I found it. I think one day I was just going around on Xbox and saw on the deals, it was like $1, and I was like, oh, I'll check this out. But what Freeze Me's main gimmick is you have a camera, and when you take pictures with the camera, basically whatever you took a picture of is frozen in time for a momentary amount of time, so you can use it as a platform or to solve a puzzle. Now, there aren't many levels in the game, but what they decided to do is kind of combine genres, and the level I'm specifically talking about is kind of a combination of a Halloween level and an ice level. How do I know it's a Halloween level? Because there's jack-o'-lanterns hanging from the tree, staring at you at all times. How do I know it's an ice level? Because, well, there's a lot of snow and a lot of ice to slide around on. But, you know, when I first played this game, I really enjoyed it, especially because it was so cheap. It's kind of a weird little thing. But when I got to this level, I was really like, wow, this definitely puts me in the Halloween mood. And, well, you know, you can see here that it's a neat little thing. It's definitely worth your time checking out. Now, this game's kind of a little bit of a cheat because it's not really a Halloween level or a Halloween game, but it really has the Halloween vibe, and that is Monsters in My Pocket on the NES. If you've never played this, wow, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. It's made by Konami. It starts out where you are playing as one of two characters, either the vampire or the Frankenstein's monster, chilling in front of your Konami branded TV when the warlock comes in, it's like, yo, you're toast, bro. And, well, you know, you gotta fight your way through all sorts of stuff to get to the warlock and beat him. Now, the thing that makes this game awesome is basically you are a small action figure sized monster and you're going through large environments. Like, there's a huge part where you're just climbing down stairs fighting enemies. And all of the monsters are basically from the old Universal Horror Monsters series. You know, it's a great game, and the thing that's really, really great about it is it's entirely co-op, which on the NES was pretty rare. Other things that really kind of catch my eye with this one, that something I always remembered, is like the weapons and stuff are practical things. Like, you can pick up a giant key and just hurl it and destroy stuff, and to you it's huge, it's a giant weapon, but in reality it's just a regular plain old key. But yeah, Monsters in My Pocket is a great game. Definitely something you should check out if you've never played it. If you really want to hit that old school itch this Halloween season and you want to play some cool Halloween levels on your Game Boy, you have to jump into Mario Land 2, The 6 Golden Coins, specifically, and obviously, Pumpkin Zone. Now, Pumpkin Zone consists of just a couple levels, but, you know, it really has the greatest aesthetic in the game, to me personally. But he has some cool enemies, like these weird little Jason mask guys that kind of replace the Goombas. Of course, they have the Boo Ghosts. But one thing that really stood out, I swear, you know, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I've seen this in any other game, but they actually have Goomba Ghosts. I thought that was really cool. It's like a dead Goomba with a little ghost tail. Another thing these levels have a lot of are like classic Japanese horror, like those weird like Cyclops umbrella things. I don't know what those are. I should really research that one day, but they're totally in here. But, and then, you know, after all that, there's a water level that has maybe the scariest monsters of all. They have Existential Crisis, and they have this thing, which I like to call Utter Despair. I like to think that these fish are actually like businessmen, and they have now been trapped in a fish's body, and this is their personal hell, to where now they are forever late for a meeting, but they can't get to it because they're fish and they're swimming. But I don't know, Mario Land 2 has always been one of my favorite Halloween-themed levels, and definitely something you should play this season. Now I'm going to wrap this up with possibly my favorite Halloween level in a video game. And now a lot of people might not even agree this is a Halloween level, but I'm sorry, you're wrong, this is my video, I can do whatever I want. And that is Banjo-Tooie Witchy World. Now, I love using the Witchy World theme in all my Halloween videos, because it just has that, like, vibe, you know what I mean? It just has that really, really good Halloween feel to it. But I've always loved this world, because it has a little bit of everything. It has this, like, rootin' tootin' cowboy land with a fake Jinjo in it. It has Space World with a bunch of, like, flying saucers and aliens. It also has, like, literal hell, where you can go and watch out for those like Spitfire logos from the skateboard wheel company, because they will definitely kick your ass. Now, I think why this level really stood out to me as a Halloween level is in the train station. They have like these tombs and gravestones, I don't know. But the whole time I played this, I always have associated this level with Halloween. One thing that's actually really important side note about this level, this is the first level in the game that really connects the other levels besides the hub world itself. Like, you can go level to level and you have to get things from certain other levels and bring them back here. I always thought that was great. But, last but not least, the thing that really just kind of solidifies this level as being awesome around the Halloween time is the transformation. You get to turn into a money truck where you can Tokyo drift into anything and just kill it. I love how the tables kind of turn, and before, everyone's after you and kind of sniveling at you with their hammers, or if it's the slot machine spitting coins at you. But now they all run from you while you run them down. It's just fantastic. But hey, what do you guys think? Are these some good Halloween levels that you are interested in? And what games have Halloween levels that you really like? I really want to see some more of this kind of stuff, so definitely throw down in the comments some levels that I may not know about, or maybe that I missed. So that's gonna do it for my favorite Halloween levels. I hope I got you in the spooky mood, and like I said, throw me some of your ideas. What's some stuff that I'm missing here? Because I know there's a vast amount of Halloween levels that I just didn't even cover or didn't even think about. Maybe I don't even know about them. But hey, thanks again for watching, and have a fun, spooky time. That's going to do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, please subscribe. I love making videos for you guys. Give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Comment on any of the stuff we talked about today. And hey, as always, take it easy.